Hello. Hello. Hello, good evening. Hello, boys and girls. I'm here for another nice development stream. I know you love the development streams, huh? No, I don't know. I was watching some of the statistics on Twitch, and it's quite funny if you really look at the numbers of different streamers and their content, right? But yeah, I mean, nothing new, but sometimes it's kind of funny. Okay. Tonight is weird because I have not a new face, but I have some upgrades because actually they changed they made some changes to the program that is moving my face, and incredibly enough, I mean, it's a bit different. Wait. Yeah, it's not, first of all, it's not centered and it's too big, but this would be the big scene, but it's a bit different. Look what I can do with my head. Wow, this is something I was not able to do. And also, wait, like this, looking down. Because in the original model there was a problem with the spine. So basically the upper spine was connected to the head, and it was moving all together in one piece. But now not anymore. So as you can see, I can move my head much better than before. I don't know if it's better or worse, but definitely. So they changed the weighting on the model, and they also changed a bit of the weighting on the mouth. And that is, I don't know if it's good or not, but sometimes the mouth does some weird stuff. Like if I smile, I think I think it comes a bit weird. I don't know. But yeah, but they did some fixes. I really like that I can I can finally move my head up. That's very nice. Okay, I can exercise, and stretch now. And what else? Yes. Let me go back to the other scene, maybe. To the other scene. Also, this one needs to be fixed. This one is just my head, but it's a smaller head, like this. I think it's similar to what it was, right? Maybe. I also have some new animations, but the animations they are not visible because they are full body. So like if I do this, yeah, you see? Or I open up a bit on the right. Move my hand a bit. Not much, but it's okay. Hello, Tony. Good evening. So the other good news is that I managed to upgrade yesterday night the machine for the test server. I mean, I upgraded it a bit, but basically, do you want me to summarize? I can summarize easy. So the changes that we did on that machine are the following. So upgraded the Linux version to 20.04.2. So which is the latest. Our Linux version on that machine was very old, and the reason that it was very old was because we were trying to keep the compatibility with the old plane shift, right? So there is the test server, and the old plane shift has a lot of components which are old, and so they require the level of operating system as well to stay at the same level. So we were on 16 only, on Ubuntu 16, which was pretty old. And so now we upgraded this. While I was doing that, I also upgraded MySQL to version 8, right? We were on previously on 5.5, which is, by the way, a very solid release and is used everywhere, but we don't have any special requirements, let's say, to stay on 5x5. But again, it was a bit of the problem of the operating system, because the operating system was old, and so we couldn't upgrade all the different components. And so we upgraded also the MySQL to 8.0. And the other thing that I did, I upgraded the disk space. So now we have 1 terabyte total, of which 500 giga are an SSD, right? Oops. Are an SSD. So before it was only 500 giga, I think. So we have more space, so we can do more stuff. In terms of the specs of the machine, is basically the same. Okay, so the same CPU and same memory, but it's already a pretty good machine, so I think it's okay. It's already an i7. I think is enough. So these are all the upgrades that I did, and they are very good. Now we have one kind of a problem, or anyway something to sort out. So I upgraded to MySQL 8, and as soon as I upgraded to MySQL 8, I started to get kind of some problems with the query, because as you may imagine, we do a lot of query on database, and our database is fairly big, so it's several gigabytes of database. So and in some tables we have millions of rows, right? So it's a fairly heavy database. And what happened to me as soon as I upgraded to MySQL 8 is that I got a problem with the memory. So some of the settings were not working as expected, and some of the query were actually failing. So I had to tune a bit the database and make it functional. But I think we still have some problems. In fact, we have one bug at the moment, which is related to quests, where strangely enough, if I look at the latest crash, at the moment the server is up and running, yes. If I look at the server crash, it's basically saying that it cannot query certain elements in the database, and I think that's due to the upgrade. And so this is what we are going to do tonight, which is we have two very big bugs and very annoying bugs. One is so we have two outstanding bugs. Okay, so let's say bug number one bug number one that we need to fix. Bug number one is the following, and is the first that I will tackle. So is when you complete a quest, or when you get assigned, or anyway, whenever you complete a quest or a step of a quest, right? In theory, we are saving to the database this information. And when we do this, we get, I got the logs from the server, and we get this thing. We get a query failed, error out of range for column last response at row, whatever. So it seems that it cannot write in the database the value of last response. And so what I did, I just put a printout, right, which is just before that, which is printing the last response. Last response is actually -1. So is unless that field for some reason is unsigned, something that I don't think so, I need to understand why this is failing, right? Right, so that's very strange. That is the bug number one. So basically you cannot execute, and unfortunately this bug does not happen on my machine. So it's something that happens only on the test server, even if I have pretty much the same data. And the difference is the SQL8, right? So the SQL8 can be the offending element here. The second bug that we need to fix is a bug on combat. It's a bit long to explain, but basically what happens is that when you go in combat and you fight a creature, you attack and the creature attacks you. For some reason, there is an error on get skill value. So basically the creature, so the enemy attacks you, right? And our script, our combat engine is checking, so checks for your skill on armor to resist, right? To defend yourself. And that check is actually done on the location, on the specific location of the body where you get hit, and checking which kind of armor you have in that location, right? And that check, for whatever reason, again, only on the test server, but not on my machine, is failing. Is failing. And is causing a crash. I don't know if both bugs are coming from the upgrade to SQL8. Maybe yes, maybe no. But these are very important bugs that we absolutely need to fix. Absolutely need to fix, because basically with this one we cannot complete quest, right? And again, it's only on the test server. On my machine it works fine. So then we have another bug, but is I don't know if it's something that I really want to do now. But basically, you remember the reporter of statistics? The save to file works in a very weird way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it crashes the server, sometimes I don't know exactly what is going on in that save to file. I guess it's a function that is not used too much in Unreal. I searched a bit the internet, but it seems that very few people are using it. And so I think I need to change it, right? So I think I need to somehow I need to change that function. Yeah, so but let's say the first two are very important, the third one is less relevant. I think I will be already very, very, very happy if we can fix the first two. Let me just say that these two bugs are not easy at all, okay? So I think it would be, because the first complexity is that I cannot reproduce them on my machine. And so whenever we test, if we test, the only way is to shut down the server and do more tests there. It takes time to restart it, and there are players on it, and I mean, it's a bit of a mess, right? But unfortunately, the fact I cannot duplicate it leaves me very little options, right? Hello, Marcelo. Welcome. So, so how to proceed? Okay, how to proceed? So for the first one, I already printed out this last response -1. So this last response -1 is telling us that for some reason, so the first thing I want to do the same exact query, right? Same exact query, but manually, right? So if you go to character quest manager, right? Let me go to character quest manager, which is here 574. 574. Yes, he's trying to execute, he's crashing here when he's trying to execute the database insert, right? But, and he's complaining about last response. It's 2 times. This is interesting. Wait a second. Why we have it 2 times? Why we have it 2 times, boys? Insert into character quest, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 parameters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There is a copy-paste error here. You see that this is duplicated? Maybe it's ignored anyway, huh? But it's super strange, huh? Ah, no, because it's here. Because it's here. Ah, on duplicate key. Wait. On duplicate key, update, status %C. Ah, the problem is here, boys. The problem is here. The problem is here. Okay, this LD definitely is not something we want to have. Okay, so because all of this are, well, this one actually is an unsigned long. So this one, I think actually that is correct to be an LD. But this one is not, you see, this one. Now this one is a PID unbox, which is also an integer. Now the question though is why? Let me just type something because I have to remember, otherwise I will forget. I need to change that everywhere because there is another bug. Actually, this one is more important than this one. So let me do that bug 3, and this one will be a bug 4. But now that I see that query better, right? Now that I look at that query better, it's doing something interesting. So it's basically an insert, right? But if he finds a duplicate key, he's launching this update. So he's updating the same record, right? And this one definitely was having a wrong value. Wrong value for last response, because it was forcing it to be positive only, but actually this one in this case was -1. Now, completion order is an unsigned int. So in theory, this one we can put as LD, but you see that we are never using LD here anyway. But it is very good, huh? It is very good. I think this may be the bug. This may be the bug, boys. Okay, let me do this. But I don't know why it's not happening on my machine, though. How is possible this not happening on my machine? Probably because I didn't have that quest duplicated. Maybe. Because it's only with the repeatable quest. In fact, we tested it with our Unquist is angry. Is angry. And okay. Okay, so what we can do, we can, I don't know if I want to check in this one directly or if I want to do something different, but I think at the moment, you know, I can. Let me see what we have open, huh? We have open a bunch of stuff only in the sources. Yeah, some of the logs are fine. I'm trying to understand if I can do a check-in. Yes, we have this one, which is also an important one. And we have that one that we need. Okay. Okay, yes, I think we are going to check in. I think we are going to check in. So let's say reduced verbosity of log NPC dialogue. Then we removed stamina requirements on attacks of NPC. Then what? This is just some debug. It's not very relevant, but it's okay. That is the one that we need for the next bug. So we can say fixed. Well, I don't know if it's fixed, but it potentially could be fixed unsigned int on quest assignments, right? And then what? Yeah, reduce a bit the verbosity also of log quest, because it was really printing too much. Then okay, then here I don't know, this server status, this thing is not working. So I tried different approaches, but this write to file is not working. So for now I will leave it disabled. And there is a bit of a more solid approach, I think, but still sometimes it's failing in saving the file, and I have no idea why. But there is let's say an attempt to fix file saving, let's say report statistics file saving, right? So it's an attempt. It's not the best, but it's an attempt. Okay, so I think that all of this we can actually check in, right? And I think we can, if we go just under sources and we do I think we can do an SVN revert on sources. SVN, what? Do you need star or what? Why is it not taking it? Anyway, we can SVN update and see if there are clashes, but oh fuck. I need that password, which I never remember. Because it's a one-off that... where is it? Where is it? SVN. SVN. I have too many password, boys. I don't know, every password is different. Okay. Didn't like it. Why? Why? I was trying to authenticate with another... yes, I was trying to authenticate with plain shift. That's why. That's why. Okay. Yeah, you see there are conflicts. So let me exit. Let me revert all of those. So that we go back to where we were with, because I did the changes somehow, like, so I don't want to have any. I don't want to have any. Okay. So now I think we can SVN update and should be fine. And I need to put again the same password. Okay. So I think it did it, because when he reverted, he actually took the latest, right? So we can check it if I go, if I add it, let me just see, this char quest manager, which is the one that we care more about, which is under PS Unreal server, PS char quest, no, it's not under server, it's under bulk objects. Bulk objects, PS char quest server CPP. If we go to 540, we have our query, and yes, now last response is D. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I think we can recompile. So I can build. I can make it a bit bigger if you don't see. Maybe it's too small. Change settings. I think I usually go 14, but if I go 14, I think it will be hard maybe for me to see there. But okay, let's go 14 so you can read it as well. Hello guys, who else joined? The chat is very, very quiet. Chat is super quiet. So, hello Yorlek. I think I found a potential problem, the fix with the quest, maybe. Maybe. I think the point is that I couldn't reproduce it because they were is happening only when in the quest you have it already and you are updating the same quest. So when you redo a quest, if it's a new quest, it doesn't happen, I think. It happens only on repeatable quests. Hello, Sway. Yes, you should chat a bit. Look at what I can do with my neck. Incredible, eh? Was not possible before. Was not possible. Ah, now finally I can exercise. Was not possible. They updated. I can stretch. Actually, there was a bug in my spine, and I told them a long time ago, like the first day they released it. I think it was like 4 months ago or so, and well, maybe 2 months. I don't know, but and they said, well, we will put it in the log of things to fix, but we don't know when it will happen because it's low priority. And I said, okay, I understand. I mean, I understand. You don't have to move your head every day. I do, but and then they fixed it. There was a problem with the rig of this character. So the spine was attached to the head too much. I mean, the spine bone and the head bone, they were weighted together. And we know it. A normal user maybe will not know it, but we know how it works. Okay, so the next time it crashes, we will have the new. Maybe I can stop it. I see someone is online at the moment on the server because I see the save character data. So I don't know who is online. Can I shut it down? Or we can go and check who is there. But I need to shut it down. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit sleepy today. I created a reporting statistic exactly to know who is online and when, right? It's only you? Okay, so I will, can I shut it down? I will shut it down now then. In theory, I could do a clean shutdown. We can test if it works. Why is it taking so much time? Why is it taking so much time? Why? Look at this, huh? Look at this. I think by default is 1 minute. So also we test if it works. I think I tested it on my machine only, so the safe shutdown, which is exactly like it was in the previous game. Nothing new for the one of you that knows it already. I timed out. Fuck. I don't know what is going on with my machine at the moment, but did they increase the requirements of the animes? 14% GPU. No. I don't know. It seems that my client is stuck. Okay, I will just shut down the server, okay? Otherwise we spend time just waiting. I don't know, but I will just shut it down. I don't know why my client was not starting properly. Okay, I'm restarting the server now. And Anyway, if you just joined now, what I did yesterday night was to upgrade the test server. So now the test server is upgraded to Linux 24.2. He has MySQL 8.0. And also I increased the disk space to 1 terabyte, of which 500 gigabyte are an SSD. So, so I think it should run a bit faster, slightly faster, and yeah. And now we can, for example, if we are working on statistics, we can use the RRD tool. You remember the RRD tool that we were not able to install? We were not able to install it because we had the old Linux. Now we have the new one, and so we should be able to install it and test it. And so now we are on a latest distribution, and this is also allowing us to test a bit more. How things are on a new distribution, because anyway, when we will move this in production, for sure we will install a new version. So we want to be ready, right? We want to be ready. I have to reduce a bit of the verbosity of this thing because, as you can see, is insane, but was made very verbose because I was basically loading one character at a time. But now that I'm loading like 1000, this verbosity is a bit crazy. So there is the query that is super slow and cause me some trouble. Is the query on the items on the ground. There are about 40,000 items on the ground that we are loading up one by one, and there is a query that is so, but anyway. Okay, so now in theory the server should be nearly up, and if I can launch my client, hopefully. I want to connect and see if now that quest bug is gone, because maybe it's gone. I'm pretty sure at least that query will not fail anymore. Now we may argue why was not doing it on my machine, but I think the reason is that on my machine I didn't have that quest yet. So, and that bug is happening only when you have the same quest twice. Let me just check something. Because I moved a bit of stuff, moved it. Okay. I just play some music. Okay, now seems to be logging in a bit quicker. Let's see if also the loading is quicker or not. Yes. It's always night when I log in. I think that the reason is that the server has the basic time of the day set as night, so okay, so what we want to do, apart from reducing the crazy spam of logs that I have at the moment, what we want to do, we want to speak with this guy and get a quest, right? So now in theory we should be already yes. Yes, it didn't crash. It didn't crash. Because this was the point. Last response -1, updated quest info. So I think that that one we catched it. That one we catched it. Wow, that was quick. I was thinking it was a mess, but no. Okay, so I don't know if you have the time, Yorlak, and by the way, thank you a lot, Yorlak, for all the testing that you are doing, and all the reporting that you are doing is really awesome because it's helping us so much. But if you have still a bit of time, if you can, if you want, you can try to test more quests and let me know if you find any trouble. But for what I see, now, the repeatable quests are not crashing anymore. Okay, because only the repeatable quests were crashing. If you had them done once already, that was the case, right? So it must be a repeatable quest, and you should have done it at least once, and the second time it was crashing. So that's the thing. So we can. I cannot wait to have new characters. By the way, cannot wait. I would do them myself if I could, but we need to split a bit the thing. I think the new characters, maybe we can also commission it to someone. Let's see. Okay, so this one, let's say that at least for now is fixed until we get more information from someone else that is not, but this one should be fixed. Now, the second one, okay, let me do one thing though, because I want to do this one first, because this one is an easy one to fix, and I think it may have an impact in so many places. So basically, when I did the porting, I did one mistake. Well, I did many mistakes, but I did specifically one mistake. And the one mistake I did is that I didn't realize that the get random of Crystal Space, our old engine, is if you give him a number like between 0 and 1, well, this case is a bit stupid. Let's say between 0 and 10, okay? Between 0 and 10. The old system was actually generating a number including the 0, but excluding the 1. Right? So if you say randomize from 1 to 10, from 0 to 10, it would randomize from 0 to 9. Okay, because this function was created this way, and all our code was based on that and whatever. Now, when I moved to Unreal Engine, I took for granted that the max and minimum were the same, but actually they are not. In fact, in Unreal, when you randomize, is including the maximum number. So this means that we are generating numbers differently from how it was to how it is. And it is really a problem. It's really a problem. And there may be other functions. For example, this one, I think we also need to check, because this get random range pause minus range plus math random range 0 1 range multiplied by 2. But my feeling is that this one is the same issue. So what I want to do, I want to understand this difference very well, And then I want to go in our code and change them all. Otherwise we are not randomizing properly. And not randomizing properly is really a problem. First, because it may crash. Because consider that we may go in a range which was not allowed. Okay, let me see, for example, this one, right? For example, this one is saying, change the X, this is the old code, eh? Change the X and Y according to the range request. Use only a teleport by the engine by a GM. Use range. Range greater than 0. Get random range. Okay, let me see what this is doing. Ah, okay. So in reality it's using the same get random. So yes, we have the same problem. Yes, we have the same problem. With the difference though that in this case we are using a float. So I have no idea if it's a float. I think if it's a float is a bit different. But you see, it's again the same thing. It returns a random number between 0 inclusive and 1 non-inclusive. But you know, with the float, I think it's less of a problem because you are going like 0.9999, right? I don't know how many digits, but whatever digits, I mean, it's pretty much okay. I'm more concerned on the ones with an integer than with the ones with a float. So for this one, I think we can keep it the same. But you see also this one, random get 100. Fuck. All these ones are problematic. All the ones that are working with okay, let's do this. Don't worry, we can fix it. Don't worry, we can fix it. So what I want to do this. Hello, Maui. I want to search in the current project frand range, but you know what? I think I want to do it with my dear friend Notepad++, because I think that is much better. I think it's much better. It's faster, it gives me the full list. I can click on each one of the full list, and I really like it more. It's searching faster, it's getting a nice result, so let me see if meanwhile the server crashed. No. Wow, there are quite a number. There are quite a number, but I mean, it's not an infinite list, but definitely is a list. Okay, so for example, this one is a very good example, right? NPC Trigger. So this one is trying to get the available responses from an NPC in a specific range. And the range goes from 0 to the available responses, right? And it is obviously a bug because this one should be num -1, right? Because it's 0 based and num is not 0 based. So you see that this one, for example, is the first one that where we have a problem, and so we have to put -1, or we can change the rand range. But if we are working with arrays, so this one has to be changed, otherwise we will generate a response which is actually not existing. Now this one is kind of scary. This one is kind of scary. Set active quest max? What do you mean? Let me check it in the... What? Check? I mean, active... We are setting a quest randomly or what? I mean, why we randomize? I don't understand. What are we randomizing here? Assign quest response OP. If owner get active quest equal to -1, owner set active quest get max quest. So it's basically selecting one quest out of all the available ones. This is kind of weird, huh? But fine. In this case, we can randomize between... we should randomize between 1... Unless active quest... How is active quest then used? No, you see? Active quest is going into an array which is 0 based again, so... We have the same problem. So I think it should be -1 as well. It should always be -1. -1. -1. This one the same. -1. I think it will be... so it's an easy fix. So the good news is that it's kind of an easy fix, I think. But yeah, same here. Target locations. And this one, for example, is the one that I think it can mess up with our combat system. Because actually, if you are randomizing a target location which is above the existing range... Right? Now this one is a bit harder because we go we specifically go between 0 and 1, and I think that this one, considering it's getting multiplied by the range and is getting multiplied by 2 and is generating a float. Is it? This one I think you should generate a floating number though. What is this thing even doing, by the way? I have no idea what this thing is doing. Let's leave it as it is. I don't want to change it now. It's a very special case anyway. I don't think it's very relevant. React to player approach. Yeah, for example, here we are losing 1 meter, okay? So compared to the previous one, we were going up to 30, now we are going up to 31, right? So, sorry, before we were going up to 29, now we are going up to 30, so we are gaining 1 meter of range. So in this case, it's not very... It's not a big bug, so it's just 1 meter of difference. And this one the same. This one I think are kind of easy. Random position within range. Yeah, all this stuff I think is not a problem. This one also is not a problem. It's just creating an interval for a timer. Same for this one. We are gaining 1 second. It's okay. So let's say the majority are not generating bugs. For example, this one, yes, though. This one is generating a bug directly. This thing will crash if I'm generating the max, and then I'm trying to pass the max here. So it should be max -1. So yeah, there are some nasty ones, but there are some that are same here. This thing will crash. This thing will crash. All the ones that are float, we don't really care. All these floating ones, which is all the weather system, is fine. We will arrive to 0.99 anyway. You fixed the dwarf squat? Wow. That's a big achievement, Sway. Congratulations. How did you do it? What was the problem? You should check how it works with mantle. So when you climb on stuff, to see if the legs looks fine, and also when you jump down, when you jump from a ledge to the ground, you should check if the calculation of the knee bending looks fine or not, because now you changed the length, or so I don't know what you did, but you changed some length or whatever, and this is getting calculated when it jumps down. There was an additional ball layer. So there was actually a bug. I mean, a bug is something that was broken. Yeah, because the female was looking so good that I was saying, why? She's looking good and he's not, right? Why? So all the random ranges, I think we are good. Because these are all the ones for the weather, so if we just have a small fade out as a difference, is not a problem. This can be a big problem. No, because it's a float again. Okay, it's a float again, so we will go to 1. I think it's fine. It's fine. These are different floats as well. The only problem is how does this random range know that it needs to generate a float here? I think we need to tell him. Right? So if I do... Wait. No, we need to tell him, boys. Otherwise it will not work. We need to tell him. Nice. There is another thing that people are complaining a bit, which is the fact that the legs are too spread out. Right? But I don't know if that's just a matter of the IK in ALS or if it's or whatever it is. Just 1 second, I was chatting with a guy. I managed to do all the operations I needed by command line. Wait a second. Why so small? I don't know why it's so small. Okay. So let me just take my Twitch page 1 second. There is a guy that helped me with the Linux configuration, and so I'm just chatting with him, saying that yes, the Linux at the moment we are using it. Basically, we completed what we want to complete. No, I was saying, how do we know that f-random range is actually generating a float or an integer? I think it depends on. What you what type of data you feed into the random range, right? And so I think that let me see if I have it in the server startup. Maybe in the server startup I have already, because I did a lot of tests, and I think I have. No, I don't have it. Okay. I think I had. Where is it? Come on. No, it's not here. Yeah, it should be here. If it's not here, okay, but we can do it. We can do it immediately. Because I have here a bunch of tests, right? Which I use to do a bunch of tests, and we can do the same. So I want to generate, right, a random float or a random integer, and I think that the difference is basically whatever you pass to this guy is returning. So if you do like this, I think he's generating. I think it's generating a random one, a random whatever, a random int, or okay. So let's close the client 1 second and let's try just to start, because I need to recompile and I want to do this test. Okay, very simply, very simply, boys. If you are listening, hello Maliku. Hi. I'm a lion, actually. So you were helping a lion. So if this theory is correct, right, that this will always generate an int and this will always generate a float. Sorry, I need to put what is it? fmat is fmat, yes. Then in that case, RNG redefinition. Oops, you are right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Or I don't know if this is always generating a... It is always generating a float? I don't know. Wait, maybe it's easier if I just read the documentation. What do you think? Maybe it's better. F random range. Utility to generate a random range in number. A random number in range. Yeah, I think it's returning always a float. Yeah, but that's a problem then. If it returns always a float, then we have another issue. Then we have another issue. Yes, it's returning always a float. So in all the code where we have int equal to this thing, then we are truncating it. Just oops, I think the server restarted. Crap. I think the server crashed, boys. I think the server crashed. Yes, it did. Let me see where it crashed. Fuck, it crashed again on a combat. Ah no, it crashed on an emote? What the hell? It crashed on an emote. So someone was waving or doing something in the game. Let me save it though, because I want to get to it. I definitely want to get to that one as well. Uh-oh, this thing is a bit long. Fuck. Let me put it here 1 second, okay? And then we will check it. There is an emote bug. Emote bug. We need to check what is... This one should also be an easy to fix. So maybe we put it as bug number 5 or number 4. Bug number 5. Emote Crash. Emote Crash. Okay, let's go. Let's go, boys. So what I was saying is that then it means that in all those cases, we are just truncating it, but I think it's probably okay. I don't know exactly how he's truncating it, but obviously it will. Right? Or we are forcing it. Like this one, for example, right? This one. Randomize the interval. But I think that the one that we should really be careful about is are the ones that are working on arrays. For the one that are working on arrays, we may have an issue. For the other ones, you know, like for example this one, searching an angle between an so this one, who cares? We have to be careful on the ones that are using. Yes, it's just cutting it off. One, two. Now we will get 3. Wow. We got 1, 2, and 3? Seriously? And 3 again. I was saying, wow, the randomizer. And now we got 1. And now we got 3. This randomizer can only go from 1 to 3 or what? And now we got 1 again. Now we got 0. What about any number above 3? Now we got a 1. Now we got a 9. Wow, to get a 9, you need to work hard. You really need to work hard to get a 9 in this randomizer. But okay, it's randomizer. In theory, you may get 1 forever. Right? You may always get 1. So, so going back to what we were doing, okay? We need to fix all the ones. Now that we know that it's generating always a float, I think I'm more comfortable that we are not doing too many damages. And also all this stuff, you see, I think is it's just, these are all ranges. Everything that is a physical range in meters or whatever, I think we don't have any problem. I think we have a problem in these cases, exactly. Like this one. Like the starting location that we fixed. These ones we don't care. Okay, let's go until the end of the list, okay? This one is perfectly fine. This one I got the idea that it was generating, but no, it's generating float. So all of this is good, all of this is good, all of this is good. So there are not too many actually that are game breaking, but all of this is good, good, good. These are angles, rotations. All of this is fine, fine, fine. This one, what is it? Money value, random amount of money. Perfectly fine. It will be again cut off, but money value fine. These are all locations and positions, so I guess we have no problem. This one can be an issue. This one can be an issue. Yes, this one is definitely an issue. I don't know why we do +1 here, but there is probably a reason. But just to generate the same value, we should do a -1 here. Otherwise, Yes. Because this one is an int again. Delay response, but I think for the legs being wide and back edged forward, I think there is from ALS, but maybe able to fix it using the building post layering. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, I was thinking the same. Maybe we can just push the one of the bones a bit at the back, you know, where you have all the graphs about the bone positioning. Maybe we can just say, take this spine number 3 and move it backward on the y-axis. Sorry, on the x-axis, I don't know, 10 centimeters, and maybe that will do it, right? Maybe we'll have our character. Yeah, so I think it could be done there, but I'm very happy if you fix the stone breaker. Very happy about that. Same issue here, because this is working again with an integer. Randomized probability of modifiers. This one we need to change to 99. Otherwise we'll go to 100. Range of 0 to 98. Okay, this one is already okay, but I think the comment is fucked up compared to the... But, okay. I don't know, that's a bit weird. Max probability... Yeah, this one is the same. It's working on here there was already a -1, you see, so I removed it. So I think here I was aware of the thing. Okay, so there I think it should be fine. And we will review... This one is definitely a possible crash. This one is definitely a possible crash because we are going into an array exceeding the maximum number, so... I don't know if this rand range is really the best way when we are really randomizing integers. I think if we could switch it to something that is fmat, I don't know if there is a int range or int rand or something, or rand int. No, because randomizing float all the time and then truncating depends how it truncates, you know. Unreal Engine randomize int or integer, random integer. Yes, thank you. You see that the random integer, which actually I don't know which kind of function is then calling on the back, but no, rand range you think that rand is doing what we need? I need to open this blueprint and see what it's calling. Hello, Glorious Demon. Hey. Thank you. Doing what we can. So I think I want to revisit the integer ones, right? So first I want to change the one that are going directly into arrays, like I'm doing. And then for the one, all those are just floats. So all the floats, I really don't care. There are quite a bit, but we are nearly there. We are nearly there. Get Tipa by ID. Depends if this one is returning. 1 second. This one may be another one that is broken, huh? This one may be another one broken if this thing is requiring a number between 1 and something, or get tip by ID size TID greater than tip list number. Yeah, it's going, you see, this one is going directly into an array. So the ID is going directly into the array. So if we get a number which is above, let me just see if I can do, if this frand, what is this frand doing? I think it didn't parse yet the solution. But it would be nice to have a random integer that we can control, right? So a random integer that we can... Problem is that now Visual Studio is thinking. Kismet Math Library. Come on. I think it's easier if I search it this way. Look, I'm just going into the editor, clicking on this node, and then seeing what is the function that it returns. I think it's much easier. Meanwhile, Visual Studio will think what to do with his life, like if he really wants or not. Yeah, but this one is a very good fix that we are doing, because we are ensuring that the randomization is the right one and is not crashing any array. Store event. Okay. Let me open any blueprint. Well, we can even use the level blueprint, I guess. Rand integer, random integer in range, and then I double click on this and I see where it's going. In theory, it should come here to C in C++. In theory. Yes, there it is. Ah, it's actually calling rand range with Well, it's calling it with 2 integers, but are there 2 versions of this then? That is what I was thinking in the first place, but then we said no. No, there are not 2 versions. So even they are using the same technique. So they are randomizing with the same function with 2 floats, and then they are cutting it off. So the Unreal Engine is doing it the same. So I think we are good. I think we are good. Okay, so I think we can do also here -1, -1, -1, so that we are sure that we are using the same idea. Same thing here. Sorry, I'm doing it a bit in Notepad and a bit in Visual Studio, but it's just, I know it's a bit random. You see, in this case they do +1, so I think we can just remove the +1 and we are good, right? By the way, what is this? Roll a dice. Interesting. I think we will get bug reports anyway if things are not working as expected, so it's okay. This is fine because it's a position. Oh my god, how many are we missing? There is a double with the limit is fine. There is a length and it's okay. This random value is okay. This random value is also okay because it's a name generator. Well, depends. Yeah, I think it's okay. And this one absolutely should be a -1. Otherwise, we may have a problem. Assuming that it was... Yeah, maybe this one, let me check it. Because maybe I modified it already in the old code, you know? Maybe. Maybe, boys. So this way we fixed all the randomizations and we fixed potential bugs. Where is that file? That file is in util. Okay, I can just search it manually because sometimes it's easier to search stuff manually than asking our dear Visual Studio to actually search for the stuff. Okay. Yes. So, okay. So it was like this. So I think it's good as we did it. Okay. Nice. So we can reload all and we can save them all. And what we can do now, I think I can close all this crazy stuff that I opened. This one I need to save it, boys, huh? If I don't save it, it will not work. Wow, there were so many. Okay. Okay, so I think all those are good changes, and these are all changes that we can actually commit. Now, I can do just a quick... okay, so this one we understood. So I guess we don't save anything, and we just recompile. We just recompile this. And then so this will fix the bug number 3, right? Well, it's not actually a bug by per se, but it's a collection of bugs where the random range was not using the same minimum and maximum. So now we are using the same minimum and maximum. So I'm positive that we fixed some bugs indirectly. Okay. It compiled successfully. Now this one also I think we can just test in production in the test server. I think we can. Did it crash already? I think it crashed. So considering it crashed, let me stop it. And let me recompile this. So we get, so with the next restart we get the new stuff, the new fixes. All of this, I think I'm not, so fixed fmat f rand range, because all the code, all the randomizer was excluding the max value, while Unreal randomizer is including the max value. Okay, so basically this is the thing. It's kind of a big change, so because but let's see. I mean, a few things may fuck up, but why is not storing those passwords anyway? I have to read it because the password I never use. Okay. Nice. So we are going to recompile. I think it was a perfect time for crashing. Perfect time. So it's recompiling. So let's say that this one is done. Now this one is the big boy. This one is the big boy. Because it's tough. This one is tough. I don't understand exactly why it's crashing on the server, but it's not crashing on my machine. So we have a problem here. Do we want to look at the emote crash first? Maybe it's easier. We just solve it. This emote crash. Let's look at it. Emote crash. Check for emote. So command emote, npc manager, command emote. So in npc manager cpp 2258, npc manager. Is the npc trying to emote? In theory, are players emoting, not npc. What the hell? npc manager 2258. User manager, no, it's really, well, yes, is the NPC. Yeah, is the NPC. He's the NPC. Who is trying to emote? Got emote command. Ah, fuck. I didn't take the rest of the log. Because actually there is a printout before that. Which is showing the PID And then, okay, anyway, and then we go inside of this and check for emote. Check for emote. User manager 313. Okay. But yes, is the NPC. So it's basically searching for the emote. So it's searching if that particular emote exists or not, right? And if he doesn't find it, then he returns false. But if he finds it, which seems to be the case, he's trying to execute that emote. And so he's actually going into emote. You know what is the very weird thing is that it's going into blueprints. So this part is blueprints. And that's very strange. Anyway, he's going into emote. Let me just see where he's going. No, my mistake. I clicked on what I should have not clicked. Go to definition. Yes. And here he goes into 336. 336. And is going to multicast. From the NPC though, I'm not sure if our multicast is prepared to have the NPC do this. Target object, target name. Now, actor is our guy, right? Is the NPC. Actor is the NPC. So, okay, so we are going through him for this multicast. We are going through him, and going through him, we search all the player controllers. We iterate on the player controllers, and then we send the message. I mean, it looks safe enough. It looks safe enough. But for some reason then, after the multicast, we arrive in receive system message, right? Which is where? Which is on the blueprint side. So let me launch the editor. Which is on the blueprint side. Okay. So let me see when we receive in PS character, because the crash actually happens in PS character inside the receive system message. I'm very surprised that it's crashing here. Very surprised, because usually blueprints don't really crash. Right? There is no reason why a blueprint should crash, but So we are receiving a system message, right? Which is basically a message line and a type. And this one is going through the PS character of every player. And then it's a pity that we didn't see those printouts, but because in theory those printouts were just above. Maybe we'll crash again with the same. By the way, we recompiled, so I think we can restart it. Wait, I'm already in screen. Huh? I'm restarting the server. Maybe if we can reproduce this bug again. But it's very, very strange. He's calling this receive system message, and then he's trying to call this function, and he's like, well, that function doesn't exist anymore, or it's different, right? But I didn't update any. I didn't update any of this stuff unless it's someone with a new client. I never seen a crash like this one. Never seen a crash like this. But yes, he's basically saying that he cannot find that function. Or is someone with a new client, or is someone with a hacked client, so someone that is by purpose trying to connect with the wrong client. But I don't think so. I don't think we are that popular yet for that to happen, right? But it's a very strange bug. It happened twice already. It happened twice already, so I'm thinking because this code gets interpreted by Unreal, and it becomes, you know, that function call that you have seen. So if I go in PS character and I open, if I go in PS character and I open the generated file and I go at that line, whatever, 553. Okay. This line doesn't exist. Maybe that's the rebuilt one. Strange though. But you see, there is something strange. There is something strange. It's basically receive system message. It's like if this function is missing. Did I change it in any way or what? But actually, receive system message must be there, because the receive system message is right, is this one, blueprint implementable event, blah blah blah, right? So it's this one. So why the only thing is that is what I'm thinking is that maybe the character that we are trying to call this on is not really a PS character. So we are trying to call, but in theory it should not be possible because we are going through this cycle, right? The multicast, and the multicast is cycling on only players. Is doing get word, get player controller iterator. So is cycling on players, and for each player is getting the pawn, and then in the pawn, assuming that the pawn is still valid, because it may have been disconnected. Then maybe that could be the problem, maybe. Maybe someone disconnected exactly at that time, and for some reason... You know, because I don't see a way that this can really fail, for my knowledge. I don't see a way that can really fail, boys. He crashed already? Wait. He crashed, yes. But he crashed on a different place. Well, this one is the bug number 2. This one is the bug number 2. And is the known one. There is the bug number 2. I can explain you a bit of the logic of that bug number 2. I think I need to add more code to understand why it's happening, because in theory it should never happen, but it is. So in this case, right? So I'm trying to explain it so at the same time I understand it better myself, okay? So in this case, we have a creature, right? And we have a player. And the creature, I mean, the player is attacking the creature. But when the player is attacking the creature, we usually don't have the problem, right? We usually don't have this issue. We have the issue in the opposite case, where the attacker is the consumer, right? So this guy is attacking our player, right? And is hitting in a specific location. So let's say that he's hitting on the legs. So what the code is doing, is, okay, trying to calculate the damage for the location number 14. So the first thing I want to check is what is this 14. But I think this 14 should be fine. I think I have that in attack, PS attack. So number 14 is the torso. So he's hitting in a completely valid location. Okay, and before I've seen the bug happening on number 10. So it's not the location that makes the difference. It's not the location that makes the difference. It's the same. Right? So he's trying to hit, in this case, he's trying to hit the torso. So what the script is doing is executing this monster of a script that I can show you. It's trying to execute this monster of a script. That is basically the way we calculate the attack resolution. And in the attack resolution, one thing that it does is calculating the relevant skills for attack and defense of both characters, and in particular the weapon skill of the attacker, the weapon skill of the left and right hand in case he has a shield to counter the attack, right? And the armor skill. In the location, the armor skill specific in the location that was hit by the monster. So in this case, the torso, right? And he's trying to get the average skill value of that location. So meaning, if in that location I have a plate mail, he's checking the skill of the plate mail, right? If in that location I have nothing, he's checking the skill of the light armor, right? Which is the default. So what happens? I printed out these values, right? I printed out these values. And what happens is that, as you can see, the first skill is always valid. There is the attacker skill. There is the defender skill left hand, defender skill right hand, and there is the defender skill armor. And this number cannot be -1. It must be a skill. We don't allow this to be -1, right? In fact, it's failing because there is a specific assertion that we do to check that the skill is within a valid range. If it's not within a valid range, we bail out, right? Now the question is why this one is -1. Why is -1? Because it should never be -1. Never. Because even on the torso, right, where you have no armor, if you have no armor, the engine is considering that you have your clothes, right, your clothes, and so it's considering a light armor as a default. And in fact, what is happening is that it's getting the base cloth information, which is this one. Now the problem is so if this location was wrong, you know, it was hitting a location that is not one of the valid ones, then it would be easy to think that it's messing up because this location is not valid. But actually, this location is valid. And this is what is messing up with me, because if this is the torso, right? If this is the torso, and so during the attack, okay, let me print out more stuff, because I think there is no other way, right? There is no other way than printing out more stuff. So I think I can do it directly on, no, I can do it. So we can say item armor. Okay, so I want to print out the name of this guy. which must be valid. This thing. This thing. And then it must be valid. Is it a pointer or is what? This one should return PS item. Huh? Wait, maybe let's do something that is a bit cleaner just for... So this will be a PS item pointer. Armor item, right? And here we want to print out armor item of get name or whatever. Right? Okay. So we want to print out this guy. Now, if this guy is not valid, then it's perfectly clear why it crashes. But if this item is valid, which I think it will be, then it means that the crash is happening after this. So the item gets passed there, and then this script is getting calculated, and we go into that math script that I showed you before, right? This one. And we search for the attack item, location item, skill 1. So maybe what we can do, we can print out this, because this one is actually coming from PS item skill 1, right? There should be a skill 1 here. Yes, this one, which is returning get weapon skill. Yes, which is returning the skill associated to that item. And so in theory, it should be returning 7. It should be returning 7 instead of is returning -1. I don't think that this thing can fail. Because, you know, if this thing fails, nothing would work in combat. Nothing would work in combat. Okay, let's go step by step, because otherwise it's hard for me to understand it. So let's go step by step. Let's add this additional printout. Okay, we should be valid. And see if with that one we get... Unfortunately, this bug is a very nasty bug. It's a very, very nasty bug, because I cannot reproduce it on my machine. And so I don't have a way to easily debug it. Or to easily do changes, you know. So the only way, unfortunately, is to modify the code here on the server side and see if we can find the information, which is pretty bad, but we have no other way. Okay, so we are gonna put before the execution of the script, so basically here, exactly here, we're gonna put those 2 lines. Okay, so we will see, in addition, also this information. Then we're gonna build this guy again, and then we're going to reproduce it again. Now, if we see that the item is 0, I mean that the item is empty, I think we found something. If we see that the item is valid, I'm really confused why, right? Because... But let's see. So one idea that I got was that the armor in that location, for whatever reason, would be damaged up to the point to not be usable anymore, even if it's a basic item. So in theory, basic items should always be valid and never decay, but we have a bit of a decay mechanism, decay system in Planeshift, and I don't know if due to a bug, the default armor that you have on your body, which you cannot remove, but it's just the default, is decaying after a certain number of attacks, and so it becomes unusable, and this is why it's reported as 0. Right? This is the only idea that I have at the moment. I'm sorry, Yorlak, if you are on, I need to shut it off and restart it. Sorry, I just killed it. But I think we can do this test now and see why it's doing this. Okay, so we are working on this one, which is the nastiest of the bugs. This one is super annoying as well. Guys, don't be so silent, please. Now I will generate your small faces. Overlay states fix it. Overlay states fix it in ALS. You know who can be the? You know who can be the Emote Crash? It can be Zwei. Because actually Zwei is connecting to the server with a different version of a character. And it may be generating that crash. Maybe. I'm not sure, but it's a very strange crash. It's like, this one is like if the client is different from the server. And so the server is trying to call a certain function in the client and is not matching anymore. It's very bad that the server is crashing for this. I did have an emote crash once. But you were doing an emote, or an NPC was doing an emote? Because I think there is something weird going on with the emotes. But okay, let's go one by one. Where are the little avatars? Little avatars. Where do you want to go, on YouTube? Here are the little avatars for you. Little avatars. You try to do an emote to Elnwind? Okay. You did an emote to him. Maybe you have it selected. I don't know. Yorlak, I don't know if you are listening, but if you are listening, can you try to to reproduce the combat crash. The combat crash. Or I can try to do it, but I think that with your character it kind of works well. You're trying now? Okay, okay, okay. So now in the log... Fuck, it happened already. GG. Like 1 second. It happened immediately. What? Item armor, guild house key 32. What the fuck? Do you have a guild house key in your hands or whatever? What does it mean, guild house 32 key? As an armor? For sure, guild house 32 key. I mean, if that's really the item. If that's really the item, right? If that's really the item, why that item is taken as an armor? But at least we found something, okay? Because in theory, the damage location, damage location was number 9. So damage location was number 9, huh? Number 9 is globes. So yes, he attacked you. He attacked you on the hands. Right? So I think you have that key in your hand. No? I mean, check if you have that key in your hand, but that's kind of a good case. But obviously that key... But why that key should count as an armor for any reasons? I mean, a guild house key. I think a guild house key has a basic stats of one of our many keys, or key or small key, and probably this one do not have a skill. Yes, you see, item ID skill is -1. So yeah, that's the problem. I think I don't think it was happening with the old game though, so why staking the item that you have in your hand as why is taking the item that you have in your hand, because this guy... So what this guy is doing, what the code is doing, is calling this function get effective armor in slot. Okay, but I think this function is too stupid. The guild house key 32 is inside a glyph bag. Okay, then I think I know what is happening. I think I know what is happening. I think I know. Because I did a change to containers long time ago. And that change to container may have an impact here. Interesting. Yes. He's here because he's here. Yes, he's here. He's here. Okay. Okay, we know why. I know why. You know why as well, maybe. But the reason is that we are... The problem is that we need to be sure that when we are selecting... But this happens with the weapon as well, huh? This happens with the weapon as well. So if you don't have a weapon, but I'm not 100% sure of that. With the weapon, I don't know. With the armor, for sure. But with the weapon, we may have the same problem. But this is very strange. Because in theory, he's checking if he's equipped. He's checking if he's equipped. So... But I think now I can reproduce it though. I think I can reproduce it locally. I can have it's a bit of a mess to reproduce, but if I have a bag full of keys. Okay, let's try to reproduce it locally. If I manage to reproduce it locally, it's 100 times easier. 100 times. So what I need to do to reproduce it locally is to go back to my normal thing. Start the server. Start the client. Then have... The problem is that I need a character which is basically clean, because if I have a character which has a million items, it's going to be a problem. But I think we are on a very good path. I think we know why now. We really know why. So I think this bug is getting easier and easier now, because we know why. And if you know why, he's dead. So what I will do... is the following. Is to wait the server to start up. Then I'm going to take a character which basically has no item on himself, but I'm just going to drop them all as the same. Then I'm going to create one container, and that container I'm going to fill it with keys. Basically with items that don't have a skill value associated. And then I'm going to attack. And when the monster is attacking me back, at this point in any location, I think I'm getting the crash. And if I'm getting the crash, now we will have to understand why the key is getting selected. I mean, I know why it's getting selected, but it should not be counted as equipped. So there must be a problem on... There must be a problem on the inventory management. I mean not really, but So I think, I don't know which one has more items. Let's take Melare and we drop everything to the ground, okay? We don't really care. Yeah, but it's very good that we found at least a path, right? Because I was really surprised of this bug. I was like, what the hell is going on? So, and I think that as soon as we found exactly what is happening, we find exactly what's happening, we need to go back to the get weapon equipped and get armor equipped and ensure that both are safe in that respect. Because at the moment I think they are not safe for that. Come on, boys. Can I load in, please? Okay. So here we have this nice guy here. But let me see my inventory first. Okay. Oh my god, my inventory is a mess. But the only ones that are important are the containers, because everything else is not messing up. What is generating the bug are the containers. So let me drop all this. Let me drop all these container or semi-containers, whatever they are. Yeah, these are all containers. I don't want to have any containers on me. I mean, I only want to have one. Okay. Now I want to spawn a chest. And now I want to spawn keys. A number of them. And then I want to place one of these keys for each location, so that I'm sure that I'm maximizing, you know, the number of potential slots. Now the problem is that these are the number of the slots, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the point is that I need to have enough keys to cover the locations, because the mess is that the location is taken from what the fuck? Ari. The number is not very clear. It's a bit too small, the... Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. So basically is 5, 10, 50. Okay, so we are basically covering all the locations, right? Which is nice. And this item have -1 as okay. So now if I try to attack this guy, even without weapons, makes no difference. Even without weapons. We reach this point, but I don't care about this point. I care more about the crash. So I will let this guy attack me. I will let this guy... What? Did he crash already? What? So he's attacking me. But for some reason we are not triggering the bug, which is kind of weird. 7. We get 7. We get 7 instead of -1. We get 7 instead of -1. So we get the right one. We get the right one. Do I have anything equipped? Wait. No, I have no armor equipped. I have no armor equipped. How the fuck is possible then? Fuck. So inside this function, so the attack location is what? 14. Can I have a lower number, please? 8. 8 is perfect. Okay, I get 8 as a number. And I'm getting number 8. And I'm getting inside get effective armor in slots. And this one is valid, so I will go through that. Now here is where I think the mess happens, but I don't know exactly how, because in theory it's going through equipment, right? Equipment is all of this stuff. And it's telling us also if the item is actually equipped or not. And you see that actually all the items are properly saying equipped 0. So even if I have an item in the slot number 8, no, actually I don't. There is something else going on, because here is working okay. So here is not getting anything, and so is getting this. Okay, so let me redo it with the items already in my inventory, okay? Because maybe it's loaded at the start or something. Yeah, you drop your key on the ground. Okay. Can you pick it up again and put it exactly in the same spot? I mean, we can prevent it in another way, eh? So we can do another check just to see if there is an actual armor or not. But the point is that you should not pick up that. You should not pick up that that item at all. You should not pick up that item. Uh-oh. We crashed for some reason. Why? Get most hated. Fuck. I disconnected and this is not good, huh? I disconnected, reconnected, and the NPC was thinking I was still the previous guy, but obviously I was not, and something very bad happened. So that's another problem to fix. So if you can take your key as soon as the server is up, you can take your key and put it back exactly in the same position. Now, I don't know if it has to be loaded at startup or not. It is what I'm going to test now. So because I generated the keys basically at runtime, I want to load in with the keys already in the sack. But it's very good that we found it, because it would have been so hard to find, you know? So hard to find. And to understand why. And we would never have found it if there was not that check in the code that is explicitly crashing if the skill is the wrong skill. So it's a super special case, but I think it's anyway a good case. Because it means that the underlying system is not getting the right slot. You have no idea what is happening. I mean, we know a piece of the puzzle, but we don't know the full puzzle yet. Okay, so we have this. We have this, and para-pam, para-pam. And we are going to fight this guy. And okay, if we break, it's fine. What? You have no weapons equipped. There is also this thing, you know? This thing is weird. This also we need to fix, Like now, it's telling me that I have no weapons equipped, but I was attacking before. Right? And the only way is for me to put a weapon on and to remove it. And then he's whopping the fist, I think. And so now he's attacking. Why this guy's attacking me is not doing any damage? What is going on? What is going on? Why is not reaching this? Is always missing me or what? Don't understand. Hello? Something weird happening. It's not attacking me anymore. He's saying got normal attack, but then he's not. But then he's not really attacking me. or is. It's not, or anyway, or I'm not receiving just the. Something weird is going on. It looks like, or I'm not receiving the messages. I mean, my attack goes in, but his attack back, okay, it came now. I think it came now. Ah, I have it. Okay, this is the same crash. Okay. This is the same crash. Nice. So the items need to be in your inventory before loading in. See you, Yorlak. Thank you for the testing. Okay, we have it, huh? We have it. We have it. So we crashed in the same exact place. So the good news, I can reproduce it. I can reproduce it, which is great. And I know exactly where it's coming from, right? Because it's coming from this. Now, the only problem is that... yes. We are coming from here. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So now, if I go in my character, right? Target data is me. If I go in target data and I go in my inventory, and I go in my inventory, and inside my inventory I go under equipment. Look at this. Bugs, full of bugs. Yes, okay. Okay, this is good, huh? This is good. So it means that when the character loads in, right? When the character logs in, we are setting the equipped item wrong. So there is a problem with containers. There is a problem when we load containers. Now, the only problem is that all that stuff is equipped 29, 30. But yes, but anyway, the code is checking for greater than 1. So different than 0. So for sure he will get it. For sure he will get it. Okay. So now combat has nothing to do. Is the loading of the character. When we load the character at the beginning. Yes. That is where things get fucked up. Pretty bad. And I think with this one we will also fix the other problem that we have, that is telling you that you don't have a weapon equipped at the beginning, right? That's another issue. Now the problem is, where is that? Well, it cannot be anywhere else than in character load. We only have one loading function, and inside character load for sure there is a loading of the inventory somewhere. Don't ask me where, because it's a millions of lines, but somewhere here. Load skill, calculate stats, money, bank. Let me search inventory inside of this block. Okay, there it is. Okay, I think we can debug here and see, but most likely select start from items where character the owner location in parent is different than -1, and location in parent is different than -1, meaning that it's not on the ground, right? Okay, let's try to load in. So I think I can, yeah, I can just relog. I think it's fine. I can just, but the server crashed. Can I skip this? Probably not. Nah, it's gonna crash anyway. Okay, I'm gonna stop it. Can you set the overlay state under combat mode to masculine? I have adjusted to be more like the action stance we had before, hunched forward. I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Zwei. Won't let me save and I don't want to conflict what you're doing. I'm not changing any of the blueprint at the moment, so I think you can commit. You can commit. I'm not changing any of the character stuff. Even if maybe I have some, check it out. Let me see. I may have no, I don't have PS character. I didn't do. I think you can check in. Because I have the only thing that I have is spell projectile, but I don't think you are using it. And I have the particle systems, and I have the wind chat. So I think you can commit. A bit more like the action stance we had before. You mean the combat mode or what? Because we need we need to remove the injured. Because now there is the injured character when we go in combat mode. If we could have the normal one, another one would be nice. I don't know if you refer to that. But no, what I'm doing is not touching your... replacing the injured. That's another big one that is very, very important. Nice. Can we use the feminine for girls? So if you tell me how you did the masculine, I think I can just drive it by code, you know, so I can set it based on the... Or you can do it with within the character blueprint of each character. I don't know, of each character. Oh, that would be nice. Here we are loading NPC at the moment. So the character that we are loading is... I don't think it's me because I'm not logged in. So it must be another character. Even if he's a cran, but... he's a cran actually. What is the name of this guy? Sometimes getting the name is so hard. Mailenki, okay, but anyway, it's a cran. But it's okay. These are the NPC. We don't care. Let's go with all the NPC. And now we play. And now we load in with our character and see what happens. And we will find out this mess. Yeah, we can use a boolean, or we can yes, we can use many things. Yes, we can use many things. I can put a variable that is male, female on the character, and we can use it in Blueprint. So that's kind of easy. We have the race on the client side. I don't think we have the gender, but I can move it. I can make it available. Okay, now we are loading the inventory. Right? And here... And here we want to see what the hell is going on. So it's selecting item easily with character owner and character location in parent, blah, 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 blah. So this one in theory should select also the keys. We have 42 items. And I mean, I cannot recheck them here, but I'm pretty sure that they include also the keys, okay? We are just checking if it's valid, and then we are basically running through the loading of the item. And I want to understand where so here we are loading this guy, which is Hammerhead Design. Okay. Hammerhead Design. Hammerhead Design, right? So this is one of the items we are loading. I just want to be sure when is loading the equipment. Storage inventory. Add loaded item. Because here somewhere, we are setting this equipped flag. Ah, here it is. Okay. So it's here, eh? It's here. So we need to understand. But why? Why we do it this way? Ah, okay. I think I know. I think I see the bug. I see the bug. So when we enter here, we need when we enter here, we need to differentiate between the items that are actually in a container and the ones that are not in the container. And at the moment this function is not doing it. It's just brutally searching for the slot, right? But that's not enough. For example, this one, but this one is not inside a container, so this one will anyway work properly, because the slot ID yes, it's 25, you know? So the point is when... Exactly, the point is when we arrive here. The point is when we arrive there. And here we have an item. You committed the change to combat mode and clean the feminine overlay a bit. So you can assign it. Okay, great. Very, very nice. Very, very nice way. I will test it tomorrow. Now it's starting to be a bit late for me because it's past midnight, and I need to go a bit early today, but I just want to fix this one. But then tomorrow I will work on that. I think the stream of tomorrow evening will be dedicated to that. So get item to inventory, right? So we want to check this item. We want to check this item. You see? Location in parent. Location in parent is saying neck. But obviously, this item, which is whatever it is, is a glyph or something. Yeah, it's a glyph. You see, he has a parent item instance ID. Parent item instance ID is 2726, and this one is actually corresponding, I'm pretty sure, to a container. So if I go in item instances, so is an item in a container? For sure. If I go in item instances, right, and I search where character ID owner equal to 154, which is me, and ID equal to whatever, to this thing, right? This one is a container. Now, which type of container, I have no idea, but we don't even care, right? Is a container number 59. So it's a chest. Did I add another chest in my inventory? Okay. Okay. What did you use, Zway, to change it? Did you change some bones position in the movement graph? Probably, huh? But okay. Okay, so the only thing we need to do is to check if you want to put it in a keep index, right? The slot has to be less than character bulk 1, and the parent item instance ID should be which I guess is the parent ID, eh? It should be the parent ID. Yes. The parent ID should be equal to should be null or 0. Should be yeah, I would say null. Anyway, null or 0. So it should be not greater than 0. You made a change to the bone rotation in the variation file under the overlay state machine blueprint. Just rotate, save the key at 0 and save and you are set. But I don't know if I understood, but anyway, I will check it. So I don't understand if you did it with a blueprint node or if you actually move the bone visually. So if you set, but I don't know, I don't remember exactly. I mean, I remember a bit that part, but... So I think we should say if is greater than, it should not be greater than, and parent item ID should not be greater than 0. Oops. Greater than 0, right? So I did it visually. Okay. You did it visually. I'm just thinking if it's okay in all the million possible cases, but I think it's okay. No, because I think you can also do it with a... You can also do it with a... with just a blueprint node saying move this thing back, but I think visually should be the same. I mean, do you have to do it visually for every character? No, because they are sharing the same skeleton. Okay, so you did it one time visually on the yeah, okay. I think it's fine. I think it should be fine. I'm just trying to think, you know, as usual, to the possible special cases, but okay, let me stop this and recompile. So I think if we do this, you know, we set the keep index only to the ones. You know what is the weird thing? Is that we are setting an item index kept equal to I, which is what? Which is the number that we get out of here. I don't know exactly. I mean, can we just say 1? But okay, let's leave it like this. I don't know exactly what this is returning. Returning an index to the new item. But okay. I think it's fine. I don't want to... and parent ID... And parent ID is not greater than 0. And parent ID is not greater than 0, right? So basically we don't have a... So we are not in a container. What the fuck? Unsafe use of bool in operation. What do you mean? Because you need a parenthesis? I guess so. I think so. Otherwise it would probably apply the not to parent ID. Anyway, they made the compilers now so advanced in error checking, in syntax checking, that is very, very hard to do stupid stuff. I mean, it's like this case, for example, was a potentially I was introducing another bug, but it told me, hey, you are doing something a bit too ambiguous, right? So choose what you want to do. And he was very right. He was very right. Okay, so let's see. By the way, I think he has no effect on NPC, because NPC usually don't have containers in their inventory. But the loading system is working the same for NPC and for characters, so actually, if they will ever get containers, in theory this fix should work for them as well. Okay. Should be up. Okay, so I think we can just load in. No, I want to be sure that this is not happening. So I will load in, but I will debug it one more time. Because I want to be sure that this is not happening. Ah, fuck. I think with the recompilation, the breakpoint went away. Ah, no. Yeah, right, because we don't have any... Yeah, because we don't have anything equipped. So it's correct, it didn't go through this, because we don't have anything equipped. Okay. So let me see if I can now properly attack this guy. So I still have in my inventory my chest with 1,000,000 keys, right? So that's the same. So there is no difference. I don't know why he was saying that there was another chest with glyphs, but I don't see it. But anyway, so now I want to hit this guy, and I will go for me, but oh wait, I need to become visible because I was invisible for him. And I want to see if when he's attacking me, which hopefully he will. Come on, man. Ah, yes, he's attacking me. I want to see if I'm getting the proper values, right? And I'm not crashing anymore. But the most important thing, I want to see if I'm not getting the -1. Yes, I'm getting the 7. Nice. I think we fixed it, boys. I think we fixed it. Now, I don't know what other, effects this thing may have. So it's a bit of a, it's something that we have to be careful about because it's not an easy change. Hello, bro. You cannot come here. You're a stupid creature. You're a stupid creature. I will make you more intelligent. But anyway, it seems that it's working. It seems that it's working. It's not crashing. So now the best would be to... but anyway, I think... I'm reasoning very, very strongly if we have some other impact of this change, right? But I don't think so. Because the only thing that I really changed is the fact that when I load the character, the items that are getting loaded, if they are inside a container, they are not considered to be equipped. So I think it's good. And also it's late, I need to go. But let's check it in. And let's do a commit of this thing. So let me deselect everything. And we will put in only these two files. PS attack. Yes, we are printing the item armor. For now we can leave it. It's not too much of a problem. I think it's okay. And this one, which is the change, right? Now this thing is super interesting because in theory, also when yeah, also when we were managing weapons in attack, in theory this could have been messy, eh? Fixed bug in combat. Fixed bug in combat. Let me put maybe just the printout of the mess. I don't know where is it. I guess fine. I will not put it. Fixing combat assert on skill -1 was caused by equipped items. No, by items in containers being considered as equipped. Okay. Okay, now we can SV an update. Oh my god, this password, why is not saving it? Okay. One conflict with PS attack. No, I want to revert it. Right, and so now in theory it should be fine. Okay, so we recompile. This was good anyway. This was good because this bug was very nasty. I think that we can consider it fixed. Now we will consider it fixed only when your luck is testing it and other people are testing it. But it's great. Now we still have this Emote Crash that I need to check. And then this one, which is also annoying, the save to file. I think I will do it just with normal C++ because it seems that the classes of Unreal are not working as expected. Or anyway, there is some mess there. But yeah. So I think that's it for today. I will be on tomorrow. And let me restart the server. I think we need to crash it and restart it. Yeah, we'll stop it. And restart it. And let me see if we can raid someone. Can we raid someone? Do you want to raid someone, boys? I think it's always nice, you know, to raid someone, to say hello. Can you go here? Yeah, that fix is going live. Can you go here so you are on Twitch and not on YouTube? And I will start the raid to this programmer lady. I will start the raid to this programmer lady, which is always nice because you know, we can support other developers and they can support us, so they can be kind of an exchange, you know, of things. So you should stay until the stream is finished, until my stream is finished, okay? See you, boys! Next time!